Something has been sitting on my heart since I watched a YouTube video this week, and I need to say it out loud. The women watching this video, many of you, are not here because frugal living is a fun hobby. You're here because you're running out of options. You're searching how to save money and how to make money from home at night because the math stopped adding up and nobody around you is talking about it. And for years, the message you've been handed is that this is a discipline problem, a willpower problem, a personal failing. And I'm done with that lie. What happened to your money is not a character flaw. Something genuinely broke. The rules changed. The system was redesigned around extracting as much as possible from people who could afford it in the least. And I'm going to show you exactly when it happened, exactly how it worked, and exactly what you can do about it starting today. Because 2.6 million people have come to this channel in 2026 looking for answers. Although that number makes me proud that I can help so many, it also makes me angry, and it makes me more sure than ever that this conversation needs to happen. Let's start in 1955. The average American family had a modest house, one car, and almost no revolving debt. Women who stayed home ran household with a financial precision that would embarrass most modern planners. And for a long time, we looked back at that era and said, what was their secret? They didn't have a secret. They had a different environment. And 4 things happened between then and now that dismantled that environment completely. Number 1, the friction disappeared. Most stores closed at 5 o'clock. Sunday, closed entirely. If you wanted something, you had to wait. And waiting, as it turns out, is the single most powerful force against impulse spending ever discovered. Not discipline, not willpower, just time between the want and the transaction. That pause used to be built into the structure of daily life. Now, I can buy something at 2 a.m. in 30 seconds without even leaving my couch. The saved payment information, the one-click ordering, the next day delivery, none of this was designed for your convenience. It was designed to eliminate every moment of hesitation that might save you from spending. We didn't notice when the protection disappeared because nobody announced it was leaving. Number 2, debt became infrastructure. The idea of charging groceries, clothing, a household appliance, and paying later didn't become normalized for most American families until the 1970s and 80s. Before that, the ability to spend money you didn't have yet simply didn't exist at the household level. If the cash wasn't there, the purchase wasn't either. Now, I want to be very clear about this. That is not a character difference between your grandmother and you. It's the system. The tool that makes effortless debt possible was handed to an entire generation without an instruction manual, without a warning label, and without a single class in how to use it responsibly. And then we blamed ourselves when it didn't go well. Number 3, the comparison moved. Boston College economist Juliet Schor had spent decades studying this shift. In the 1950s, keeping up with the Joneses meant your actual neighbors. The family 2 houses down. You knew what they had, you also knew what they didn't. Now we compare ourselves simultaneously to millions of people, every single one of them showing us a curated, highlighted reel of their best moments. And her research found something that stopped me cold. Middle-income families began measuring their spending against people who earned significantly more than they did. Well, not because they were clueless, because that's who kept showing up in their media environment. When the benchmark moves up, spending follows, even when income doesn't. That's not a personal failing. That is a designed outcome. Number 4, the things themselves got worse. This one doesn't get talked about enough. Planned obsolescence, or deliberately building products to fail or become outdated within a specific window. It became standard business practice. The appliance that breaks the month after the warranty expires, the clothing that pills after 3 washes, the vacuum that needs a new part every 6 weeks. Nothing feels worth it anymore. And there's a specific documented reason for that. Your grandmother's refrigerator ran for 30 years. Yours is lucky to make 10. We haven't gotten worse at buying things. The things themselves got worse. So we buy more of them, more often, constantly replacing what should have lasted, and then we wonder where the money went. 4 shifts, friction gone, debt normalized, comparison weaponized, products designed to fail. You've been trying to practice your grandmother's financial habits inside a world that was specifically redesigned to make that impossible. And we've collectively spent years treating that as a personal problem, a willpower problem, something that a better budget app was going to fix. It was never that. Now here's what we actually do about it. And I'm starting where I always start, with what costs you nothing and works immediately. Name the manipulation out loud. When you feel the pull, when you're scrolling at 10 p.m. and something suddenly feels urgent and necessary, say the words out loud. Peak extraction. That's your hard-earned money being systematically removed from your household by people who have spent billions of dollars studying exactly how to do it. Naming it interrupts the loop, and the loop is where the money goes. You can't unsee a system once you've seen it. That awareness is a tool, and right now, today, it's yours for free. Rebuild the friction they took from you. Delete your saved payment information from every shopping site. Log out of the accounts so you have to actively log back in. Set a 24-hour hold on anything over a set amount in your household. You're essentially recreating Sunday store closures in digital form. Most impulses don't survive 24 hours. The wait does the work you've been asking willpower to do alone. This isn't discipline. This is engineering. And engineering wins every single time. Shopping has become our default. Not a hobby, not a conscious choice, a reflex. You have 10 minutes waiting at the dentist. You open Amazon, not because you need anything, but not even because you plan to shop, but because that's what the quiet moment reaches for now. You're scrolling through Facebook and you see your friend on vacation in the most beautiful green dress. She looks amazing. And before you've finished the thought, before you've even processed the feeling, your thumb is already on the Amazon search bar. You didn't decide to shop, you just did it. That's not weakness, that's a trained response. And you were trained by people who were very, very good at their jobs. The default used to be different. It used to be a phone call, folding laundry, a walk to the mailbox, putting away the dishes, looking out the window for a sec. Stillness was allowed. Quiet was allowed. Not every gap in our attention has been colonized by a purchasing opportunity, and we accepted it so gradually that most of us genuinely cannot remember what we did with idle moments before. The reclaim isn't dramatic. It doesn't require a digital detox retreat. It starts with one replacement. When the quiet moment comes and the reflex fires, catch it. Just once today, put the phone face down, let the dentist waiting room be a waiting room. Let the feeling your friend's vacation gave you be information about what you're actually missing, which is probably connection, not necessarily that green dress. The default was installed. It can be uninstalled. Not all at once, but one caught moment at a time. Curate your comparison visuals on purpose. Who are you actually watching? I've done deliberate unfollows over the last 2 years. No announcement, no explanation. But if someone's content consistently left me feeling like my house wasn't enough, my wardrobe wasn't enough, my life wasn't enough, they're gone. Not because I'm above it, because I'm absolutely not above it. And that's exactly why I have to be intentional about who I hand that power to. You built your media environment. You're allowed to change it. And next, I saved this one here because it's the one that surprised me most. Make something. Cook a meal from scratch. Make soup from a bone you've been saving. Bake something on a Sunday afternoon. One of my viewers described this once as innocent joy just for the sake of doing something. And she was right. These activities require your full attention. They produce something real. They cost almost nothing, and they're completely structurally incompatible with scrolling. In a world that was specifically designed to turn you into a passive consumer, making something with your hands is an act of reclaiming. The money you save is almost beside the point. Now I want to tell you what actually happened today, because it's the reason this video exists. I watched a documentary style video this morning from a creator I deeply respect, Matt D'Avella, and I've been sitting with it ever since. It wasn't really about minimalism, though that's how it started. It was about something harder. It was about wealth. The growing distance between what some people have and what most people have. The way that gap has steadily redesigned everything. What we buy, what we owe, and what we think we deserve. It was about the fact that we live in a buying nation, that consumption isn't a lifestyle choice anymore for a lot of families. It's the water we swim in. And it made me question something I don't question enough. How I want to move forward. What I want this channel to be about. Now here's something I haven't said out loud yet. I deleted social media from my phone. Instagram and Facebook have been gone for months. Not as a challenge and not as a 30-day experiment. Because of what it was doing to my head, and I'm a financial coach. I'm saying this out loud. What it was doing to my financial health. The comparison was real. The pull is real. And I got tired of fighting something I had put directly in my own pocket. The thing is, I help women save money for a living. I know exactly how the loop works. I teach it. And it still got me. That's how strong the current is. So when 2.6 million people came to this channel this year looking for ways to spend less, I don't take that lightly. Some of them are here because they enjoy it. But a lot of you are here because the math stopped working and they don't know what else to do. And that responsibility sits with me. I'm being more intentional about what I ask you to buy, what I point you toward, and whether what I'm creating is actually making your life lighter or just giving you more things to put in your cart. Are they truly helping you with the challenges you're facing? You deserve a channel that's actually on your side.